Previously on building Benny's movie park.
Just in a few clicks, we have instant rocks. It is starting to look pretty cool though. You guys just really love to see me suffer. I feel like it's pretty obvious what this is going to be. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this brand new episode of Building Benny's Movie Park 2. Today, I'm actually gonna work on something different than you would expect. I'm gonna work on this little mountain right here. It's been looking like this, nice and bare, for quite some time, so let's change that. Now, this isn't gonna be in the theme of Skull Island. This is gonna be like a more, like, in-between sort of random theme. And I think something fantasy related could be cool, like a castle or some really magical tower. Something like that. It's not going to be tied to a movie specifically, but more just like a movie vibe, a movie theme. So let's get into it. First off, in order for us to make a castle up here, we're first going to need a bit of a flat area like this to, you know, start building on. And then here I do want some more space, so it's a bit deeper. There you go. Perfect. First, however, we of course are going to have to add some rocks because this looks awful. And this time I don't want to go for the typical rock formation I use. I want to go for a bit more fantasy-ish type rocks. That makes no sense, but you'll see what I mean in just a second. Basically, for this one, I want to go for a bit more vertical rocks, if that makes sense. Kind of like this, where they're really natural and yet, you know, a bit different and strange and mystical. Just like that. There's also going to be a waterfall because I feel like that's just freaking epic. And then here it kind of has to connect to the building, which is going to be a bit tricky, but I guess we can just do something like this. Should be fine. So say we'd have something like this. What material is it going to be? I feel like rock is a bit boring. Let's go for limestone maybe. That does look pretty cool. Yeah, we can always add some variety later, but for now this is fine. Just like Skull Island, on the base I'm going to add some of these smaller rocks to make that fade out into the ground, so to speak. Always kind of like the way that looks. There you go. Ooh, and then in here we can put some water, like a tiny lake, which the waterfall leads to. That's cool actually. And then on top of this little bit, some bushes. I'm gonna change the color of course later, but right now I just want to put them on there to make that look nice. Some of them, we can even make these smaller, dude. It's insane. And a bunch of rocks around that little pool we have going on. Pretty nice. I think this is looking quite nice already. Not going to lie. This is once again a ton of work. Why did I decide this was a good idea? I honestly don't recall. Okay, so now that I have a little bit of rock here, I'm gonna add some coloring to this because it's just a bit boring in one color. Now, first of all, I want the base color to be a bit more grayish. I would like that for this one, I feel like. And then put that on all the other ones as well. And then the further down it goes, the darker it gets. Very slowly, subtly, but it does get a bit darker. As you can see, just a tint, not too much. And down here, yet another tint darker. There you go. Right now, it doesn't look like this is making a huge difference, but just in a second, you'll see that this really improves it. There you go. See how natural this looks? I love that. Now, for the waterfall, I think we should use these water emitters because I don't think the big ones are, like, go far down enough. I mean, we can try, but as you can see here, this is just not really big and we can't really change that either. So I guess we'll just go with the small ones. Should be fine. We'll just have to cover up the top there with rocks again. I mean, it's going really fast, but I mean, it's not bad. It does look like a waterfall. Ooh, and then at the bottom there inside the water, we can put one of these smoke emitters. So it looks like the water is like, you know, like an actual waterfall would do. There you go. I love that. That's actually pretty good. Maybe we can put some of these under here as well for some mossy effects. I feel like that may be nice. Ooh, and some of these hanging vines as well. That's perfect. Yeah, let's do some more of those. That's actually very cool. Check that out. And then these grassy bits, I feel like would be nice if they're a bit of a bluish green color, because that seems very mystical and magical. I like that. That's kind of the idea of this section. There you go. Yes, that's good. And well, that means that we just now need to add some more rocks because it has to be finished at some point today. Isn't a lot of fun, I guess, but we need to do it because that's the whole premise of this show. Fantastic. Okay, and just like this, I'm kind of making a plateau here for the castle to go on, or the tower, or whatever the heck it's gonna be. Okay, so for now, let's start with the bottom half of the castle thing. Let's do this using some separate blocks. I think that's a really cool way to build this thing up, because that would definitely make it look a bit more, you know, ambitious and detailed. And I guess we can make this out of limestone as well. So let's just paint that. And then we copy this little tower of stones to the other side. Then we are going to need another pole right here. This one is going to be straight, and that needs a base at the bottom, just like this. Some nice detailing on there. Beautiful. Same goes for here in the middle. Yes, that's pretty nice. And then just like this, I'm going to try making a very tiny arch here. That seems very nice. I like arches. So let's just try it and close it up very nicely. There you go. None of this is going to be perfectly aligned, but since it's a very old building, I simply don't care. Then let's put a horizontal bar on top here. Make it connect to this. That's pretty good. We also want a little arch exactly like so. And then in there, we can put a door that will be made out of wood, I think. Wooden planks would be nice, something like this. However, I want the planks to be vertical like so, because that's a lot cooler. Adding some detail on that. Beautiful, gorgeous, absolutely amazing. There you go, nice and detailed. We like that. To fill up the roof, I'm using these circular thingies, which I hope will look nice. There you go, just like this. And then the same thing again right below it, like so. I think this actually might just work. That's nice, actually. What? Well, the exact same thing on the other side as well then. And then a bunch of these horizontal ones on top here. Very nice. Yes, I actually like the way that looks. Although maybe this does look a bit better. Like that. Then for a color and material, let's first just try something blue, because I do actually like the vibe the blue has. It's just a bit too much, if you know what I mean. Maybe a bit darker and less saturated like this. Yeah. That's actually nice. What the heck? And again, some variety in there. Some of them have to be just a tad darker and others a lot darker. There you go. Yes, I love the way that looks, actually. Okay, well, now in this same style, let's make an entire castle thing, sort of. Then right here, let's put a tower that's a bit tilted, because that makes it look even more fantasy-ish, in my opinion. There you go. Let's make that the same pale texture. And let's put a bigger tower up here, which is going to be connected to the small one. There you go. Maybe even a bit higher. Or maybe cobblestone is a pretty nice material for this. But of course, we can always change that later. I mean, this also is nice, since there's going to be a lot of stuff on this. We'll just leave it like this and see what happens. Then another small tower right there. Let's make a bunch of these tiny little blue roofs. I love that shade, actually. It's so nice. Okay, and then here I want to have a little balcony sort of thing, or maybe like a stairs. I don't know, anything. There you go. Maybe 2 layers like this, and a bunch of these for a fence around it. Yeah, right here I'm gonna make a little stairs that leads into the big tower, which I think will look super cute, most of all. It will just have the really cute fantasy look, which is fantastic. Exactly what it is I'm trying to achieve here. Here you go, something like this. Paint that wooden. And on top of this staircase, there are going to be some flowers, because I love flowers. Flowers equal niceness. Niceness. There you go, a nice bed of vegetation. I will add some flowers though, because right now it's just green, pretty boring. For those, I guess I'll just use some cylinders to make a rose like that. It doesn't really look like one, but it's the idea that counts. Besides, you're mostly gonna see this from a distance anyway, so who cares? Some windows are also a must, obviously, so let's put those on here. Okay, and then here I am gonna put an actual balcony, so let's do the same thing that we did before. 2 layers, make that nice and wooden. Of course, we want to have that same golden rail on the side. By the way, a few of those very tiny pots here is also a nice bit of scenery I want to add. For some reason, that always makes it look so much more ancient. I don't know about you guys, but I find this a perfect spot for like a wagon. Just kind of putting him in the grass there. Seems like a pretty cool thing. Seems a bit better. Actually, no, never mind. The one without the hood seems to be a bit better to me. Yes. And some barrels is also very nice scenery. And well, guys, I think for today, that is pretty much it, because it may not seem a lot to you, but this took a long time in real life. So, yeah. I'm going to finish this little castle thing in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. And then I guess that's it for today. If you like this video, make very sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then I hope I'll see you in the next episode of Building Benny's Movie Park 2.